sort of moved on, and suddenly you try and run this Bloodseeker Venom duo core, and it's going to have little to none effect against some of these new lineups as Na'Vi was playing, having this Terrorblade. I expected solid stuff from Crystallize. He gave it. I thought the Zeus was a brilliant addition at the end of it all. So many times the Thunder God's Wrath not being used for just getting the kills. We saw Denny getting a few kills to kills, but also the vision game. So important for when they have like this Legion jumping in on a target and needing to know where the rest of the team was behind the opponent so they could prepare for any sort of reaction from NewBee.
And Kaka, we mentioned it a lot for NewBee. He's their big playmaker. He ended 0-13 this game, I'm pretty sure.
That ain't good.
Yeah, he had a
If Kaka ain't doing good, that team ain't good.
I think it was just really good execution overall, though, from Na'Vi. They played to the exact strength that their lineups needed. They put so much pressure on that safe lane, and saw what ended up happening from it.
They play in a way that we haven't seen before. I mean, when's the last time you saw Na'Vi playing the Zeus, you know?
It was nice.
They did it in League play, didn't they?
I
feel like we have seen the Zeus somewhere else.
Maybe once.
Yeah. But no, not, definitely not regular.
But, yeah, they pulled something out, and it really worked. So that's the kind of wins that you're interested in. Whoa, they did not get the Shaman. They actually went for the puck. So will that be a first pick Shaman, potentially? I don't know. They still have some bans to get through, so probably not. But hey, could happen, boys.
Interesting to see NewBee going back to that puck. That is a first phase ban for them against other teams. I would not have expected it to come out against Na'Vi necessarily.
They banned it, what, in the fourth? In the fourth last time versus Na'Vi? Okay. Trying to remember.
I don't know. It was a second phase ban.
It was a second phase ban, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Same bans from Na'Vi. After dealing with the Sanking the first game, they realized in this second and third game that they don't want to play versus Kaka on that hero. It's his most comfortable, his highest win rate as well.
Absolutely. Well, we could see a surprise coming out here. We know then if they don't ban the Shaman, it's probably going to be a first pickup. So I would say that they're going to ban that hero right about now.
3 seconds.
Right about now.
I tried.
Sorry, Slacks. We tried for you, buddy. It's going to come out. Big question, of course. NewBee opening up the last draft with the Ogre Magi. They're going to take out the... I agree with that. I agree with that. Despite Roger having his ups and downs on that hero, that's a hero that potentially gives them a lot of problems.
I think this opens up SCCC's hero pool in the mid lane too. Then he can go for his Queen of Pain earlier, then he can go for all these other Death Prophet, etc.
But the thing is, if he wants to play the Quap, he's got to pick it early because it's been getting banned out, you know, in the second phase of bans every time, really.
Also wondering if they're looking at doing a Medusa pick.
And Medusa, yeah. There's a lot of different heroes it opens up.
Yep.
You know, if we're going to kind of strange picks that Na'Vi's been doing in the last couple of weeks, I have seen that Dendi SF, and I've been waiting for SF to come back. They're actually going to snag it.
Good call by you.
I saw the Knicks ban. It's just like, this is an indicator. We talked about this we saw Fnatic running it in the SCAA qualifiers for DreamLeague, and they absolutely dominated with Ogre Quap in the mid lane.
Sure.
And the big question for me in the first phase was NewBee going to stick with their guns as far as the opening Ogre? Now 10-3 is Faith on that hero, all in this patch alone. So I agree with them sticking with it. And this has been, if you look back all the way to Starladder last year before TI, this has been sort of NewBee's prescription when they get knocked back a little bit, is they lock down that SCCC hero early on in the draft, and they draft around that.
Oh,
yes!
What I tell you, boys?
That's some confidence there, picking up the Dendi SF second.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
They can still clock if they want.
Sure.
They can run the clock.
The clock is there.
I think it's going to get banned.
Yep.
All right. I know it wasn't a real tournament, but we did see.
Oh, in the Adrenaline Cyber League.
No, even worse. Even worse. Even worse. We did see Na'Vi pull out the Shadow Fiend in minus. And it was absolutely unbelievable.
He went the spell damage build, right?
They absolutely did.
It was and it stays relevant. That's the thing. The way that Shadow Fiend damage scales with the stack buffs and with the talents, the spell damage build to me feels like it stays relevant longer, and I really feel like people underestimate the turn potential of this hero at level 1. You used to take 300 damage from eating 3
level
1 raise is what I meant. You used to take 300 damage from 3 raises. It's now 510 damage from 3 raises at skill level 1.
Yeah, it is pretty absurd how much it really does do. That 80 stacking is crazy.
Yes. I mean, in a sort of high tier pubs and pro play, it seems like the Magic build is now the more standard one.
Pretty much.
It's more likely than not you're going to be building that way.
Yeah. That said, Queen of Pain should never eat 3 raises. But
unless you blinks aggressively and gets caught by something like, I don't know. It's a lot easier to set them up with a Bane, but versus a Queen of Pain it is.
Could get some stuns or something, you know?
Yeah. Suns or Silences coming out probably.
Sure.
Maybe we see some.
Or Spirit for Navi.
I was gonna say Spirit for now, but I don't know if does Roger play it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, he does.
right?
Oh,
No, no, no,
yeah,
I mean, I
yeah,
haven't
Roger
seen him
plays
play
it.
it too much recently.
I think he has.
I'm not sure.
Because I was
I
watching.
mean,
not
he's
even-
played it a few times in league play. Maybe
Yeah.
not.
a couple, very few in the league play that I remember.
I've seen it at least once recently, Roger.
Okay,
Spirit.
fair enough. Yep.
Turn to pick.
I get rid of the Night Stalker still. Is it even worth banning Night Stalker this late? I'm gonna pick that up this late.
Oh, Roger actually has played it a bit. He's 5-2 on the year.
He's
Spirit.
played it a
patch.
bit.
Yep,
Okay, yeah,
this
but
patch.
okay, cool. Yeah, that's definitely an option there for Navi that are Spirit.
Dire team pick.
Oh,
And NewBee takes it
good.
themselves.
Yeah.
Good on Newbie.
Yeah,
Okay,
I think
Kakara,
it's really good
Spirit.
awareness to take it away. I agree with both bans. Banning out the clockwork for reasons we talked about with the Shadow Fiend. The Night Stalker, the long duration silence can make Quap feel vulnerable. And then they're going to use that pick as their third ban in the second phase. Take away the Earth Spirit.
10 seconds
Good drafting.
remaining.
Yeah, it's just a very good answer to any time there's a Bane in the game. Makes it very hard for him to find the Fiend script. So we've seen a few Banes to get some very nice Fiend scripts off. So having that good control and cancel will be nice.
I've been seeing a bunch of Battens versus Bane
Mm-hmm.
in the recent past week or two. I don't know if this could be one of the situations that NewBee wants it
There's a part of me that just wants them to YOLO LC again. Because
for
that-
Navi.
yeah, it was just so good.
It is reduced though. This time he doesn't have those global from the Zeus coming out, which did
Yeah,
help him secure
sure.
a couple
Yeah.
of those duels.
Oh, we saw in the first replay. That's
Yeah.
what got him going.
Newbies turn to
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
yeah.
You didn't say it this time,
I didn't
Slacks.
say it for the first time.
You said it
Funka
last
Bane.
time.
Darn it. But hey, been very excited to see this again. We've typically only seen that Bane Marana combo, and as we said before, only one team, BG is the only one that was doing the Kunkka Bane, and here we go again. Navi just pulling out all the stops. This is fantastic.
The catch for the Quap, that X.
Yeah,
can put a
super
big
nice early
pressure.
on against that Quap.
You get the sleep on him, walk up, get an X and a torrent. He's in a lot of trouble there. Can't really blink away because he'll get brought back in.
Big old stuns for
Cool.
some raises action too there.
Yep.
A lot of magical damage and a lot of setup here for these heroes. This is a pretty good draft so far from Navi. I
And-
see what they're doing.
And Shadow Fiend, known as a pretty squishy hero. The rum effect,
Oh, the rum.
effect from the Kunkka can put in.
The
big
rum's
factors.
just great at sort of counteracting the whole duration, the magnetize and stuff. And then Kunkka's enemy being picked up.
Oh my God.
Some classic lore here for your
Classic
attacks.
lore fight, guys.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
I am less confident in the Tidehunter pick here. I think a lot of the classic melee counters to the Tidehunter are still on the table. They're heroes that Crystallize plays
10
pretty well.
seconds remaining.
I would not be surprised to see an Ursa.
Could potentially see that.
5
Absolutely.
seconds remaining.
There's a lot of meat that they got to get through on that team. And oh, hey, could go for an alchemist. Nice hat, bro. Yeah, the fingers. That's the classic. Thank you. All right.
Alchemist is almost a dead hero right now.
Don't say that to that poor guy.
I broke his heart, I know. Just like I broke Arteezy's heart earlier, apparently.
Yeah,
Slacks.
you sick man.
Big fan that Alchemist is dead. Thank you, Ice Frog. I love you.
All right. Well,
So
What-
first time this patch for Navi running Kunkka. Got to go all the way back to the last patch they ran it twice. 1-1 was Roger. Expect to see your offlaner here for Navi.
offlaners. Offlaners. Let's see.
What do you want to do?
Who goes in the off lane? Fogged
Well,
in this match. Oh, hey.
A lot of those offlaners
typical
are
choices
banned.
are off the table. Yeah, you look at
What about
his 5 most played heroes are all off the table.
Yeah.
what about the old Darks here? Whatever happened to him?
No.
Bit of the whole vacuum into
No.
torrent.
Oh no no no!
Wait.
I,
For the
I'm
wombo.
sorry. I was looking at Roger. For general, the Nature's Prophet and the Beastmaster are still available, and I think both of those make sense. Oh wow!
Oh,
The
the
Venge
Venge
carry.
Shadow Fiend. Venge
Core
Shadow
Venge,
Fiend. Yeah.
yes.
We saw Mineski running this a bit, right, a while back.
Yeah, this
having the
is
double
sick.
auras, so that
You know what,
increased
though?
damage.
Question for you, Fogged. Do you actually think about aggro Triner on the Venge and putting General on it,
10 seconds.
or do you just play safe
I
and put
think
Crystallize
surely
on
it's
it?
just going to be
I
crystallized.
would
Okay.
think
Like-
it would just be that safe
Okay.
lane.
We've seen Navi do it before,
remaining.
which just crystallize on it.
I kind of like the aggro Tri potential here, but I think you guys are right. It's a lot more stable.
I mean, they might still go aggro try, but we'll crystallize playing it.
Just
Yeah.
put Crystallize on it.
And then just get general, and maybe that something to 1v1 matchup with the Tide.
Yep, I think that could be a possibility.
Yeah.
I still think Beastmaster is sick. The double aura strat now.
Yeah, I think Beast could be a big factor. I'd be a bit surprised if NewBee doesn't ban it though.
Yeah, that lockdown would be fantastic.
The lockdown
against
is just
the Queen.
I mean,
and the
triple
Tide.
aura is crazy.
Very
So
good there.
for
Take
newbie,
out Brew.
we need our big physical damage dealer as a 5th pick. Mugi, Ursa's still on the table for Mugi. Although I don't feel it's as good against this Navi lineup. Gets kited.
They banned Brew though. What do they want because of that?
Remaining.
Oh, they're not just going to pick Monkey King, are they?
On Navi?
5
I
seconds.
mean,
no,
on NewBee, you mean?
Yeah. They do like doing that sometimes, don't they? And I don't know if I really like it, but I feel like it may be one of those heroes that they're comfortable with and want to go for.
I could actually see that. Yeah, they need somebody to like gap close a little bit. Well, they have a couple of those already, of course, but they need some major damage real quick.
About Gyro. I said it last time, but
Gyro could be good too.
this time with the Ogre again, I think it looks pretty solid. Gives them a little bit of early game too, so they can fight with the Ravage early on and just guarantee themselves some towers. Or maybe they look at the,
5 seconds
maybe they go for the
remaining.
Terror Blade themselves this time around. You get the benefit from when you
Sure.
use Reflection, you get the Venge Aura on yourself.
I mean, so at that point, it
I like that
can.
a lot.
I don't know. It can be hard though against the Magic SF. There's that point where if the SF gets ahead, he's going to have that edge on just clearing your illusions out, and they've got decent way of clear with the Conquering Set.
What?
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
General Underlord.
That is not the hero I thought we would see.
Oh no. Oh no.
You're not a fan, Sax? Of the
Yeah, I've
Underlord?
seen so many teams rely on Underlord to bail them out of a weird draft, and it never works.
They've got some nice Roche potential on the side of Navi. Shadow Fiend, Venge, and Underlord. They really bring down that Roche quick with Firestormer and the minus armor.
Oh no.
Yeah, and Venge is probably gonna have that medallion or Solar Crest up early too.
Yep.
The root can be very nice against the Quap as well, if you catch her out of position.
Yeah.
These are all beautiful dreams that you're all having right now about Underlord. I ain't buying it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just.
I feel like it's a little too fancy. All right,
Alright, a bit of push.
Newbie gonna play it safe with Luna.
Okay.
She checks that push box.
Wow. Navi's draft, huh?
That makes the
Beautiful.
tri lane a lot stronger on this side of NewBee. I think that's why
Yes.
they wanted it, because they have this double melee again. They don't want to pick a third melee hero to like limit themselves a bit. So with Luna, it does make it a lot stronger.
Ugh.
I don't know.
really
about
hate
this one,
Underlord
guys.
that much.
Oh.
Man.
Owen?
I like yet again what Navi's doing here. You know, I like what they're doing in game 2, and I think game 3, the Underlord sort of match with the Kunkka, with the Brum, they're going to have that pretty good team fight between the two, and this incredible amount of sustain on this Underlord that can frontline. And I feel we may get to a point of the game where NewBee might actually struggle with the damage to deal with some of these heroes. As long as Dendi doesn't get destroyed in the mid lane, which I don't think he will because of the support backup, I think Navi's going to take this game 3 and take the series. I like the draft.
NewBee, they have S-Triple-C Quap, and with an Ogre babysitting him, I have to go for them this time.
My mind is telling me no on Navi, Underlord, support Venge, but my body's telling me yes! I'm gonna go for Navi again, screw it.
You do not, in my experience, bet against an S-Triple-C Quap. I
Ugh.
agree with Flogged. I want to pick
Oh
Navi.
God, am I wrong now?
But I got it.
No, sorry, no.
Either way, we've got a game 3. I wanted it. You wanted it. One game for both of these teams. Tournament life. One more time over to Toby1 and Blitz.
The panel is split. The score is split in the series. Blitz, are we going to be split on it? Who do you think's actually got the advantage? I'll go first before so I cannot be influenced by you.
Sure.
I'm back in NewBee. I'm actually with the boys that you don't back down from a triple like S-Triple-C, like Queen of Pain, Mugi. How hard can it be to play a Luna?
Even though I hate Dendi and Navi as a whole,
Yeah.
so it's impossible really for me to guess which team is going to win. I think that Dendi can do it. I think this is a good SF game. I think the new SF2 is pretty cool, but he has to go ham for them to win this game.
Yeah.
Like, Dendi has to have a sick game, otherwise it's very easy for NewBee to just snowball and go for the 5-mans. The Roche fight and team fight potential I think is a little bit better. I'm always really iffy when Kunkka's your 4 position because his hero fades off very quickly, Toby. He's not a BKB breaker. Once you start to get BKBs, his X, his Torrent, his Bow doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
So Dendi needs to overperform in this game for them to win.
But then you've also got the early pressure, right? Like you've got Crystallize to combo with Roger, Magic Missile into Torrent. That's a lot of pressure to apply to the
Yes.
off lane. Does KP have to be over defensive?
I think both teams
Wait,
have like
gonna fight this?
I think
There's
Navi
4
won.
heroes here.
Navi
They're
will
already
run.
going to start with the Firestorm. Connects on 3 heroes. No Rolling Boulder yet from Karka. And NewBee, Navi are going to back up from the rune.
Firestorm is such a funny spell to me.
The battle begins.
It's like, don't run, just stand there.
That's why you combo it, right? That's why you get the pit.
Do you remember the Dota 1 Firestorm?
I do
How
not.
you had to channel it and stay still, but it also hit towers.
Oh,
Yeah,
that sounds like fun.
it was horrible. And then he also had like corpse explosion or something. I can't remember. Somebody on Reddit or Twitter will correct me, but I think he had like corpse explosion. Like when you kill the creep, it like exploded and dealt damage. It was weird. It was a weird hero back then.
Yeah. And now we have this iteration. General will try and make it work on the bottom lane. Kaka will try and zone him out. Leaves the top lane as that dual lane we're talking about, the VS. Kaka's actually really trying to get General to burn through his consumables. He's got Salve as well as 2 tangos.
At least this time though, they didn't do the triple melee safe lane. That was rough. Them losing that lane. The problem is like if you devote 3 heroes to 1 lane and you lose it, then the game is.
Yeah.
Because they were able to win 2 different lanes.
General,
2.
caught on the wrong side. Rolling boulder, he'll dodge it wonderfully. Mugi still wants to focus on the CS, however, and they're just trying to keep General away from the wave.
And he swerved the shit out of that. He just. But mid lane is going relatively even, which is, of course, beneficial to SF as that triple race does so much.
Oh, the
One more
last
hit.
hit to Nako, he got him! Brain Sap level 1 combining with the last base attack of Snako.
Yo.
And that's
The new SF. That's a lot of damage.
where's that Corbane's? Where's the Corbane gone?
Oh man. The first time I got hit by that, I had like 200 health. And I think I got hit by the last raise and I just died. And Black was watching me play and he's like, that is so absurd. But it's still the same SF. Like, you still die pretty easily when you die. He's trying to steal the bounty rune by Xing him. That's so spiteful.
Oh,
he even
really?
he was going for the creep tonight?
The mind games.
Dude, come on. He already gave you the bounty rune. That is so greedy to go back for the creep deny. And he even goes for the taunt.
Roger, playing with confidence. Snako playing with death. Nightmare will protect him a quick blink
And he
away
overjumps.
from SCCC. Yeah, he's jumping down a long way after burning his salve. But Roger also arrived in mid.
Dude, Navi's feeling themselves right now.
Maybe he was worried he was going to get X'd. Goodbye, General.
You thought who was going to get X?
SCCC.
Oh, okay.
With
yeah.
Kunkka rotating in towards the mid.
Yeah, that makes
Might have
sense.
been the reason for the blink.
I didn't think he did it for no reason. Because if he was committing for the kill, he would have blinked differently. And if he wasn't, same thing.
Magic Missile Torrent. They're still 2 points up in Kraken Shell. And then followed Anchor Smash. KP is going to be dragged back by the X mark spot General. No Magic Missile yet. Still on cooldown for the moment.
It's really hard to kill him.
Mid
in
lane.
mid.
SCCC. The blink away. Snake goes low. Faith and Kaka working together. And they'll find the kills. I say kills, plural, when it's actually just singular. Kill.
Yeah, Dendy needs mana right now. If he has mana, they can contest this lane, but they've still done very well for themselves. Bane plus Shadow Fiend is a very hard combo to trade hits with.
There goes the mana with the Faith Ignite.
They have 3 heroes mid right now, similar to last game, and yet they're still losing the lane pretty hard. Like, Na'Vi is, with these 2 heroes, pretty easily dominating it. The bottom lane, though, is going very well for them, and the top lane is going quite nice for NewBee. So there's almost always some kind of trade. If you lose 3 lanes in a game like this, it's really hard to win topes.
Yeah. I'm wondering though if NewBee are that sad about their offlane. Yeah, KP's like he's got 13-5. He's getting his levels up and running, so the Tide, he will be effective. Crystallizer's early attack is quite useless against the Tide Hunter.
I think they're going to be really happy about this. Like, they're going to lose mid, and they have lost mid, but...
But they win the side
Yeah,
lanes,
they win the side lanes. They're okay with that. The goal in Dota is always to win at least 2 lanes, and mission accomplished. If you win 3rd, that's just cherry on top.
Yep. That observer was set up for almost the max duration. Nightmare preparing against the Queen of Pain. Roger,
if he gets the X!
and the raises, but then the kick from Kaka, trying to create space. They get the stun to SF, but then one more attack. Roger bringing
Gotta
down
haste.
SCCC, but Dendy will go down. Kaka, as you said, he's on speed. Running back to the tier 1 tower, so a 1-for-1 trade-off. This is supports, however, from NewBee. Will benefit from the experience and the kill on the SF.
Yes. Mid for mid. The Shadow Fiend, though, was there for the last hit on the Queen of Pain. And this is the roughest start that I've ever seen SCCC have, especially on this hero. Signature hero for him.
It's not like he's calling a TA to catch up. Here we go again, Nightmare. And, well,
He gets
Faith
the triple?
takes the Nightmare off him, so they can follow up. Roger, X marks the spot. Not quite certain if this is really going to help him out. He's low on life thanks to the Shadow Strike.
He can't commit, though. Not when Dendi S2 raises up.
Out.
I think if he hit the second one, maybe they would have committed for that on the uphill, but wasn't able to get it. And so much of the action has been centered around this mid lane for both teams, which is why we haven't really talked about the side lanes too much.
We really haven't. Like, we keep touching it every now and then. Like, both sides are kind of like NewBee's happy with the top because getting levels on the tide. Crystallize is just going to catch up, but he needs to work with somebody. They're going again towards the mid. Dendi will walk back. But it's this bottom lane, the 13-10 CSing Mugi, who's almost level 6, that Roger and Snake are going to finally try and do something about. X marks the spot, the torrent's being prepped. Here comes the Ogre. TP's got to come quick, but there's so much nuke damage into the trees. He has salve, but Na'Vi crystallized. He's able to get the Wave of Terror off, getting involved in the fight, getting a double kill. And that's the movement you were looking for. Tide did not come in time to lend that Ravage of his, but he didn't have it. He only just hit 6 on the top.
Solo mid my ass. It's the tri-lane. It's the new tri-lane without any pull camps.
He's got to keep with the times now, man. Like,
if somebody brings 2 over, well, you didn't think it was that easy.
got to go where the cool kids are.
Soon the offlaner will not. It's like the year is 2018. There's no offlane anymore. It's just a 4-on-4 mid. He's going for the torn. He hits it. He canceled the salve.
This is not what SCC wanted.
Man, Roger, I don't know if they're going to win, but he's going to win the award for most spiteful. He's made a lot of hating plays.
Well, he's tracking down Faith, but Karka's nearby. So is Seneko. They look for the kick. Support rotates over from Mugi. Quick lucid beam, and Roger will get punished for his insolence. Seneko, Nightmare onto the Luna. They want to keep her up. It's the lucid beam control, but it's also that bonus damage he brings in, and the Eclipse will pop off. Seneko goes south, crystallized. Well, okay, the creeps get hit by the beams. Faith's got Ignite to land, doesn't want to burn the mana for it. Mugi, one more lucid beam. Seneko, yeah, you can't juke that. There's no way.
There's nowhere to go to. As the offlaners now against each other. And despite all this trades, for a second it looked like it was pretty advantageous for Na'Vi. It's actually NewBee that holds the gold lead because this Tide is rushing up at top.
Yep.
He has more farm than the Vengeful Spirit does when it comes to last hits. Of course, that's offset by
his
the
lack
kills.
of desire as well to even be involved in the team fights. Like, he doesn't even level up Ravage.
Oh,
He's
mid.
level 7. Yeah, they're going up.
Very nice silence.
The kick is good from Karka, creating some space. Nightmare switching around, so the torrent will connect there, and here comes Mugi. A quick lucid beam. Seneko, well, you brought back in SCCC, but Seneko now surrounded by 4 heroes of NewBee. Blink into the kill, secure with the scream and the silence.
He's getting low.
It's perfect. Crystallize swapping out Dendi, letting
The
raise one.
raises.
Mugi so low, the one shot.
triple
The
torrent.
3-man torrent from Roger. Let this man coat him in moisture. NewBee wants to back up. They've lost 2. They're still looking for more. Faith, no real stun, and Dendi even gets a regeneration rune to just put the icing on the cake. What is this luck? It's like Ice Rock wants Na'Vi to be back.
Oh, I love Dota so much. I can't even believe that sequence of events. They actually brought 4-on-4 mid. You just gotta keep upping the stakes until one team plays chicken. Which offlaner will flinch first and come mid?
I have 4 4s. What have you got on me? 5 5s? I don't agree.
This quad lane on quad lane action is it's entertaining. That triple torrent though was sick. Roger has done everything and some for his team in this game. Like first, he steals both the bounty runes, he plays around with that Tide Hunter, then he torrents SCCC in the middle of the lane while he's salving, which as a mid laner I'll tell you is incredibly annoying.
They're going again, rolling boulder after
But here's
Dendi.
Roger.
The kick will be there. SCCC, well, he's got the bonus damage with the scream. Dendi, does he turn around for the raises? Right now he just wants to survive. Support's going to be there. X marks the spot. Pull him back in. There's no torrent follow-up, so Karka will be fine. Hey, but here comes Underlord. No. He'll pull out at the last moment and just be happy.
But KP also,
Yeah,
he also canceled his.
and they did.
Yeah, they're Bring everyone.
You pull out your offlaner, we'll pull out our offlaner.
It's
All right.
kind of like weird.
Here we go again.
Give up on.
Spot into stun. He's trying to get
Roger.
the Eclipse off. There's 4-1 charges available into the Strength Treads. Needs the life, a quick loosen beam, but X marks spot Moogie. Where do you go from here? The wand is up. Salve is available. He's burning it off. Faith needs to create the space. Wave of Terror cancel the salve. And
Around the corner.
No! He dies. Crystallize got the attack off, and now
The
they want to
torrent
go
once
for Faith.
again.
The torrent will connect. Crystallize and Roger, if they got what it takes, up the hill.
Oh
X
my.
marks and Wave will get the pick off. Dendi arrives, but this time he's not needed. KP wants to kill onto General. General, okay, that ain't happening. He is so damn tanky.
Dude, Roger is surgical with that torrent.
That's the new set coming out from Roger. We're going to change his broadsword into a scalpel.
You don't need stuns to make these plays, apparently. You don't even need to X people. Okay,
Keep rolling with the punches.
I don't feel like they should have half these kills, but they are definitely overperforming their lineup right now.
NewBee's going to force the top lane. So if Na'Vi want to try this, bring 3 heroes to the top, they have to battle into Ravage. Eclipse is down, but you still have a buffed up Luna, so they don't go for it, they go towards mid. Here comes Tide, 5 heroes coming towards the mid, rolling Boulder, finding Dendi Karka, he'll turn on the Magnetize, gets the kick off, they want Dendi down to Fiend's Grip, it controls SCCC, he can't get the Sonic Wave off, KP hits 3 people with the Ravage, Snako in the river, Roger behind the tower, they're jumping down, looking for the kill on Snako, Brainstep will give him the life back that he lost previously, and Karka and KP have to work together. Karka gets the kick in, Snako, no!
And he gets the deny.
Roger!
Hits
What
the
is
torrent.
this? The pirate betrayal!
Hits the torrent in his face.
Oh.
Leads up with that. I feel like we're over talking it, but is it even enough at this point?
I'm sorry, you can create all the red threads you want. Bias towards Roger, bias towards his plays. Woo!
Roger is...
I love it.
This is... I mean, I kind of insulted Kunkka and I said I wasn't a huge fan of this hero. And now I will happily eat those words. But you saw what NewBee did. They brought their offlaner this time. They were like, this 4 wasn't enough. We need to bring
Let's bring
5. This is the formula right now. This is how this game, I guess, is going to go.
Isn't this the start of like what happened in the Korean Dota world? Let's see this again. So Snako,
The
run
torrent hits
uphill,
first.
mischance as well on attack, and then Roger, boom. Slide!
Just bonks him on the head. Na'Vi. This is such a blistering pace that both teams are setting right now. 15 kills in 12 minutes, non-stop action around this mid lane. Nobody's even trying to grab towers. The only tower so far that's been taken in this game is this bottom one when Crystallize rotated for the second time.
Crystallize has an invis rune, so he's looking for his opportunity. Snako. Fiend's Grip still on cooldown for the moment. Faith and Karka are the ones nearby, rolling Boulder up. He rolls into Roger, goes for the quick silence. Faith will die, or will he? He'll get the sun over onto Crystallize, keeping him out to fight. Here comes your X-Mark ship torrent right onto the Earth Spirit. They keep him in place with the Fiend's Grip too. Maybe a little bit of overkill, but a kill's a kill. And then a kill to follow is also a kill. So 2 kills.
A kill is a kill is a kill. And now, not a lot of transitions. They are going to head towards top instead of this mid lane. It's a little bit too difficult for them to go for that. Connect to your offlaner who is incredibly strong. As much as this Tidehunter is farm, General's done the same thing. He's starting to build very tanky right now. Has a lot of levels on him too. All 3 cores from from Na'Vi right now prospering. I said from Dendi, but it might as well be because they're just playing this 4-on-4 mid game. Now General even comes over here. Let the war games commence.
Oh, and another torrent, just for good measure. Okay, this VS. Crystallize is going to have himself a Shadow Blade pretty soon.
Yes, he needs killing items right now. He just needs to pick off. I don't think he trusts in his ability to scale with this hero because he doesn't have the ability to flash farm. So you need to kill. Like, this hero was built to kill. 4 levels of the stun. A lot of burst damage coming out. Dendi's in a similar position. He can be your frontliner if you need. He'll be your building hitter. This Venge just needs to go around the map killing.
Right now, they're just preparing themselves for the next engagement. Dendi still needs to fly that Ogre Club out so we can have the extra strength before the fight begins. What a lively tune.
You just taunt away, friend.
Denny's going to get a regen rune to bottle up. Okay, yeah, I suppose you may as well.
2k lead though for Na'Vi.
Yep.
Even though I said Na'Vi, I did think that NewBee had the more well-balanced lineup.
Yep.
But Na'Vi definitely making some good moves, but they have to keep this momentum going.
Here
And
comes
team
the push
fights
again.
Yeah, team fights are going to be difficult for them, Toby. Like, imagine a full-on team fight from NewBee. The strength of their lineup with the Scream of Pain into her Sonic Wave. They've got Ravage, Luna Eclipse. They have tons of AoE team fight.
And if they can keep the control up long enough, then the physical damage of Luna can start to arrive as well.
Yes.
Mugi will finish up the top tower, rotating in from NewBee. They smoked all the way from the top lane. Fortification's
read
already been
this.
burned. This tier 1 tower is low, but as you said, Na'Vi in the trees, rolling boulder forward, crystallized low, the kick! It catches up General in the back lines. They're holding at the moment the Ravage because they know they can kill off crystallized General. He'll put down the pit. Can he get away? KP able to get over the Pit of Malice to keep the chase going. Ravage is still available. General triggers up the pipe, and here we go once more. KP, you can keep that battle going. Dendi has already burnt the regeneration rune.
Still an awkward
NewBee
fight.
want to fight. Like, they've got Eclipse, they've got Ravage, you just don't have Magnetize.
Na'Vi should be very fearful of this right now. It's 4v5. Their one position is dead. Ravage is king of fights right now. No way that they want to take this engagement. So they're just going to back off and reset things a little bit. And Na'Vi, even though they want to keep the momentum going, these 5-on-5 fights, I do not think will go favorably for them.
They're concerned for now. But the lane's starting to settle down. This farm rate's going to start to increase with the Mask of Madness completed over on the Luna bottom. SCCC, the save is coming in from Kaka, getting the silence.
Oh, he wants
on
the brain sap.
Brain sap, he can't reach him. Kaka! The Kevin Costner of Whitney Houston protects him for now. Faith.
He just canceled his TP. We'll see if he
Here's
lives to
the
regret
play.
that.
Faith's going to be near here. Kaka starts his retreat. 17-1 charges available. General will arrive on the back of his Dark Rift. They're bringing in the numbers once more, while the Mask of Madness boys play up in their sandbox on the top lane.
That was the slowest Uber of all time. He just teleported right in front of his face. What did you think would happen? He was going to run away, of course. The channel time for it took so long, and Na'Vi, they're going to reset things a little. I think this is how they have to play it. They have to force NewBee to play very reactionary, move around the map, allow their course to just out-farm them. So far, so good.
Yeah, but things are starting to arrive for NewBee. The mech is coming out to the Tidehunter now. Urn of Shadows is on the way. The Yasha has arrived for the Luna. So the sustain for NewBee's team fight's looking a lot better.
Yes.
They still don't have that perfect jump initiation, but the positioning of Kaka has made up for that.
Yeah, and the team fights are still rough for them.
They're in Roshan. The wave
They
of
might have
terror.
seen the wave.
They saw the wave of terror. They know they're in
They're
Roshan.
pinging. They
need
need everybody.
The negative armor. This is going to take forever. Snako is brain tapping to keep himself alive. The pings are there. Kaka, here comes your kick. It connects.
He catches both.
And he actually gets both. Turns on the magnetizer. Sonic wave. It ripples out to the Bane. SCCC is there to finish the job. The boat, very ineffective. And Na'Vi, who were shaken like a rock, back into the dire world, and it's now NewBee who go into Roshan. Na'Vi, their turn to fight. X marks the spot. They want to bring back in Faith. Actually, it's a pit on 3 with the follow-up Hellfire. Roshan's just like, what the hell is going on? Who's knocking on my front door?
Game 1, absolute stomp for one side. Game 2 goes the other way. This Game 3 is so nail-bitingly close right now. Both teams have an opportunity. Neither of them willing to give up this Roche area.
Yep.
But
Oh,
I don't
NewBee
think
want to fight now. Like, they've got
NewBee want to take that fight. They just can't take Roshan themselves very easily. But
But
Na'Vi
you
gonna
got
walk
Ravage
right
and
back in.
You got Ravage and Mech. Kaka is waiting. They have the Observe Ward up on the hillside, dire side of that mid-river. Nighttime. So the sleep of Tidehunter. The kick connects onto the Bane with the Lucent Beam. Snako has to brain tap out to get a little bit more light. They try and put him into the Shadow Amulet. Nowhere to hide. Here comes your ship once more. They want to fight this one out. Mugi gets hit pretty hard. KP, he's got the mech available. He's going to burn
Nice
it down.
torrent.
But General, here's your Ravage. Create some space into the Eclipse. Underlord will tank a lot of it, but not all of it. They swap Mugi in. Then he will cop a couple, but then the Rages bringing down the Luna. Roger once more, looking for the torrent, looking to come through the rear. X marks the spot, it's on to KP. He's got no mana, but thanks to the stun from Faith, then he can't follow through with the Razors. He's got all 3 ready as Kaka rolling boulders outside of the pit.
And Kaka's almost out of stones. There's no Ravage, no Eclipse now. And I think Na'Vi, they might just reset for this and go right back in once all the heroes are up. They're probably going to wait for this Pit Lord. And NewBee, they're loath to give this up. They thought that fight would have been a lot more heavily in their favor, but they blew both the ultimates just to find the Pit Lord. Not nearly enough to justify that cost. And Na'Vi, indeed, they're waiting around this area. They don't have these huge cooldown spells to wait for, Toby. They can just walk right in.
And they can, but they don't look to have the confidence for it.
They're waiting on their pit lord.
Yeah, waiting on the pit lord. Requiem of Souls being down for Dandy also means you don't have this for the fight. Not
I think you still go in for it right now. You shouldn't be afraid right now. There's no stones too
There's
on
the
the Earth
attack.
Spirit.
Good observe ward up on the hill. Na'Vi have really great vision of what's going to happen unless someone... Okay, there's the sentry ward, so goodbye observe ward. KP walking close. He's got both hood as well as mech. That's a very tanky Tidehunter. The Torrent connects on the Queen of Pain. As ECC, he's got the ultimate available. He has to hit really hard to make this work. Tide staying inside the pit. The Kaka, 3-man silence and kick. It's slowing things down. A minute until Ravage is back off cooldown, but Roshan at 1200 HP. They want to finish the job. Dendy getting bashed doesn't help with this. They're coming in once more as General
Low.
tries to be the front liner.
SCC's trying to time it.
In they go, rolling boulder, Kaka, the 3-man stun once again. Sonic Wave, it's so hard! SCCC hit by the Requiem Souls. Point
Roshan.
blank range. Roshan,
They're all crowding around.
gets it. It's done by the Radiant. Mugi gets the Aegis to the Immortal. After all of this, NewBee will be almost all dead. KP, he's brain sapped down. Mugi's alive, but not for much longer. He begins to run. 16-1 charges. They pull him back in again. Mugi will go down. And while Roshan goes the way of NewBee, the fight goes to Na'Vi.
That was the most absurd thing that I've seen around a Roche fight. All 8 heroes were right-clicking Roshan in tandem, trying to be the team to grab it, and NewBee was successful, but Na'Vi ends up with a big prize, completely wiping them without any of those big ultimates. NewBee, they were so helpless around that area.
Man, I kind of want to watch just that moment again.
There's just so many heroes hitting that Roshan. They were all spam clicking on the ground. It was like some sort of mutual, let's take down this raid boss, every man for themselves.
You know what this reminds me of? Finding Nemo, where they're all just sitting there going, mine, 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 mine. And who got the fish? It was still Mugi.
It's kind of beautiful to watch, though. You know, they all work together. It's the spirit of harmony. Dota is truly a global game.
What is... It's like Snap, right?
Oh, this game is honestly this is my favorite game that I've casted in a really long time.
It's not over yet. The difference is still, it's under 1,000 gold, the difference. The experience is only 2k the way of Na'Vi. We're going to start to build into the new items now. So Orchid has arrived up for SCCC. He'll have his control available. There's, I believe, Kaka going in for the Yule Scepter. General, he's got the mechanism back in the stash. He needs to bring it out to himself. Crystallize, he's working on his BKB. Kunkka, well, hey, why not? He's going to go for a Vlad's.
Despite NewBee losing that fight, it still feels like their team fight is superior. It still feels like there's this moment where they should be able to win one of these fights and just roll Na'Vi over.
Yeah.
Na'Vi is doing a very good job of engaging, disengaging, being smart about how to take these fights. And they're going to have to continue to do so, because this is one of those Razor Edge games where if they tempt fate a little bit too hard and they lose a fight, it's going to swing way too hard the other way. But Na'Vi have done a very good job so far. They're controlling the game at a decent pace. They're going to trade these tier 2 towers.
And they will. This will be a little bit easier for NewBee to push back out once they have the Manta Style or the Luna. And it looks like NewBee are going to try and push the top lane a little bit harder. They don't have the Luna with them. They don't want to come to this, but remember game 1 when no one was there to defend? This is exactly the same situation. It's the only lane where NewBee can attack a tier 3 tower because Na'Vi still hold tier 1 and tier 2 in their mid and bot lane.
Yeah, but Pit Lord gonna TP out. Dendy just continuing to farm Ancients. He really wants a BKB. In that previous engagement, he just got blown up so hard. Wants to try to reset things a little bit. And both teams one game away from getting points at this major.
Yeah, that top 4 position. Winner of this will play up against Evil Geniuses. But major points worth so much more than the minors. So it's worth it if you can grab it. Roger looking to grab.
There's a lot of heroes here.
Rolling boulder forward. They'll send him up.
Lord needs to TP now.
Yule Scepter. Here's the kick follow through. And the Nightmare. It can stop a little bit of the attack.
Then he's got to time the BKB.
Here she flies out. He'll hit on 4 heroes. So
Roger's still alive.
I don't know how. The ship will fly forward. It goes over the top of Na'Vi. They have their mech from General. They'll sustain for the moment. Dendy's BKB is already popped. The only casualty of war so far is the Admiral, but they'll turn for more. Lucent Beam slowing down Snako. Crystallize into Invis. More dust charges available, however, but then Crystallize turns through the damage to the Yule Scepter. Kaka's alive! He's rolling away, but Dendy's attack will stick with him. The Pit of Malice is down. It's a cage fight. It's a pit fight. And Na'Vi want to go further. Snako will fall as he is going in deep. He wants Crystallize, but General's like, please attack me. NewBee say no. They want to go for the real hero. They want Crystallize, and they've got him.
And General
is waiting in the trees.
Faith
He won
looking
with
for
the
him.
trees. A leaf on the wind, General. Watch how you saw.
He's got no teleport. He's desperately just trying not to move. Now he's cutting his way up, trying to find an angle. He's even going to go for the pit. Has plenty of health left.
Now they know, but there's no one that can catch him.
They're pinging him like crazy, but just fight after fight right now. And that one, I don't even know who's really the victor. I guess because the Vengeful Spirit died, it might...
If we go off gold as well as experience, there is no victor.
There's nobody won.
It's an even trade.
Everything was used. It felt like 10 heroes died, but in fact, like one person died on each team.
Conquer and VS for Na'Vi and the ES for NewBee.
Yes. Feels like there should be a lot more, but...
It really does.
I like that both teams are not willing to back down. Oftentimes in Dota, you play the positioning game, Toby. You try to move people around so that you always start the fight with a numbers advantage.
Yep.
But both teams are like, nah. Like, that's not what we're about. We're going to just butt heads until somebody comes out on top. And Na'Vi, they're sitting behind Dendi.
Here they go once again.
No Ravage.
The front lines. As you said, there is no Ravage, but there's a full pipe. There's a full mech. Snako will begin this with the Nightmare onto the Tidehunter. Where's the follow-up? Torrent's there. Bakaka, the back lines. It's a three-man kick with the first silence. They'll pull in tight. He got the pipe off. Mech charge as well. KP to the trees, but that won't happen. He's down for a minute, but the split push is there. SCCC is adding the pressure on the top lane, building that money up to the BKB, but Na'Vi will take this mid. With Ravage now coming off cooldown, it won't help because Tide's still dead.
Yeah, NewBee.
But you bloodlust the tower. Defense.
They probably have to back from this. Na'Vi at least want to try to force something.
I don't think he meant to actually cast that Pit of Malice.
I don't think so either, but they're going to walk up and start hitting on the tower. And they have good tower hitting. They even get the swap.
They pulled him into it. Faith got quickly stunned up by the last tick of the Pit of Malice. But SCCC, he's bringing down the tier 3 tower up.
He's doing more right now.
It's going to be a straight trade off for tier 3 to tier 3. Here comes your silence onto the Conquer. He can't do much more. And Karka's in the neighborhood. He's ready to fight if Roger wants to do it. In fact, Roger, he's grabbing Karka. The mid melee Rax was taken.
He's going to time it.
He'll hit the torrent. The ship will follow through as well. Karka needs to survive. 7-1 charge. It's a three-man kick. Rolling balls available, but he was dying to the urn. One charges were available, but he didn't get out in time while the Lunan was pushing the bottom lane in. So a tier 3 for a tier 3 in mid-racks, but that range is almost dead on top.
And SCCC tries to go for the trade. At first, he did take the tower, like, pretty speedily, but then everybody from Na'Vi chips in. They even managed to get the Dark Rift back. They saved their own racks. No trade available for them. Racks for nothing. They didn't have to commit any buybacks. Not that they had one, but not the worst thing in the world for NewBee, but pretty decent trade so for Na'Vi.
Yeah.
Although that only leads to a 1k lead for them after all is said and done.
Now we have more targets to look at. It's not just Roshan. Both teams can start destroying shrines, and everyone can battle over these positions instead.
Yes, fight on fight.
Yeah.
Just continue to battle.
And NewBee's looking for it. They've got their big magical burst damage available, both Eclipse and Sonic Wave.
They got BKBs
up and running, and both, actually not a level 3 yet for SCCC, but they're looking for their target. Crystallize, he'll find Mugi over in the Dire jungle. Pit Lord, he's on his way. There's your swap. Crystallize wants to start Faith. Gets the stun, no multicast, but these kicks, damn, Karka. Living up to his football name. Just keeping Na'Vi at base so he cannot get the chain stuns to chain control. But SCCC, Fiend's Grip bottom lane, Dendi and Snako teaming up perfectly. Down goes the Queen of Pain.
Yeah, very nice trap. He didn't expect them to be there. Anticipated the entirety of Na'Vi to be at top, and Roger gonna run into KP here. Not the easiest target to take down, and he's just gonna hightail it out of there.
Yep. BKB's just arrived for the Luna. So you got BKB now on both Mugi as well as on SCCC.
Yeah, they watched Snako drag an entire creep wave here.
They're
at
coming
this
in.
top area. They're trying to hold on.
Crystallize has gone invis again. There's a sentry ward nearby. Faith is the closest one. Here comes the X marks spot, looking to pull Faith back in again.
They find Mugi.
He pulls Mugi in, so they're both there for the race. But they're Keck! Kaka, the 3-man silence. Faith will die as Pitlord comes in. Wonderful ability, right? That fire storm.
It's been very good.
It has been. And goodbye, Faith.
And
But
now
that's really lucky. Mugi didn't burn the BKB, stayed alive, regenerates back up again, and they're ready to fight with the Tide Ravage.
still Na'Vi is outmaneuvering them hard. That 1k lead now turns into a 4k lead. Roshan is up at the same time. They can take this very quickly, and it'll be super obvious when NewBee makes a rotation over. There's no shrine for them to teleport to either.
Yeah.
And Na'Vi still have their tier 1 mid, so if they lose this fight, any hero, they can just buy back and come back into this to try to cement the game.
But there's Manta illusions to scout out Roshan, so NewBee don't have to go in fully blind, and that's exactly
they're
what
holding
trying
the
to do.
cliff area, though.
Pit of
Look at
Malice,
this pit.
It holds them back. Roshan, 1,000 HP, 700 400,
What a
200,
pit.
100, and they've got it. Both Aegis and Cheese. Aegis into Dendy, Cheese onto Crystallize, and they're going in for the fight. SCCC, he's going to BKB up, which gets him out of the torrent ship. X combination.
They're
But
still
that means
looking
now
for something.
BKB is down while Navi's looking to push up.
Yes. Now they have Aegis and Cheese. Dendy is very strong right now. Didn't have to commit his own BKB. General finds the very nice angle to hold them all out. Pit of Malice paying off there. And Na'Vi probably go for their second set as Kaka trying to cut the wave a little bit too late. SCCC trying to force this bottom wave in. He doesn't have a BKB, so his team fight's very limited. And I think this is Navi's go time.
They're looking for it. SCC can still TP back, so it's fine. But here comes your pit once again. General very early with this, just so they can push up high ground. The mid lane's not really close enough for it, but the tier 3 tower copping damage, smoke up from NewBee. They want to do the old wrap around, and there's your swap. It puts him, Queen of Pain, in the midst of the fight, but SCC able to blink out. They get the Suns in the back. They're looking for Seneca, but bring him down. Requiem Assaults, KP can't do much. Ravage! He gets it off! A 4-man stun. It's a 1-for-1 trail, but here comes your Eclipse. Noogie has to do work, and it's going to help when the Sonic Wave connects as well, but Dendy still double kill, holding the high ground. The real Anakin here looks for the kill, but SCCC, he blinks away in time!
And he's
Dendy
X'd
will
again?
fall. The Aegis Immortal will pop, and he wants to go for more. X marks the spot. SCCC, BKBs, just in case. Na'Vi back to the fighting front lines. They want that tier 3 tower down. The buyback comes in from Kaka. He's ready to roll, but there's no Ravage, there's no Sonic Wave, there's no Eclipse, and there's no Tidehunter in a second. They can't get the last point of damage until he gets dragged back in by the X marks the spot. Kaka trying to create space, but still KP will fall. The melee Rax is alive. Nuki wants to come in for another battle. The magic missile X torrent ship. Here she all flies towards the mounted Panther. Down she falls. General with the double kill. They want more. Kaka pitted up. Faith can't really do much more here in SCCC. All they can do is watch his support. CIS General gets a triple kill. NewBee with no buybacks. They call GG. Na'Vi eliminate NewBee from the DreamLeague Season 8.
Unbelievable. Previous Perfect World Minor champions are out. Na'Vi advance.
Points for TI.
Their first set of
Paint,
points?
I believe
I think so. And now they get to go into a matchup against a surging EG
against
team.
EG.
What a hype matchup.
EG finding their stride a little bit early today with a 2-0 victory over Virtus Pro. Na'Vi, two very one-sided games, swinging both ways. This game, it was hammer and tongs.